Hey guys, and welcome back to the Bandits Corner YouTube channel. Man, it's been a while since I've done a video, and I hope to make up for that here shortly. But in the meantime, this is going to be kind of a heartbreaking video but also an exciting video. The heartbreaking side of it is I would not be using my GoXLR anymore after this production. And many of you may already know and are doing searches on new replacements for the GoXLR. But for those of you that don't, there are two reasons why I'm replacing my GoXLR. The big reason why is because DC Helicon about 7 or 8 months ago made a post in their Discord saying that the team that did all the updates, kept up with all the updates for DC Helicon, were fired. And so as Windows 10, Windows 11 starts to do more updates, and the GoXLR just sits there and does nothing, pretty much the GoXLR, after what, only 5, 6 years of being introduced, will be obsolete. Now, we're saying that there's going to be some kind of volunteer team that comes in and tries to keep up with the updates, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. Now, the team that they fired has gone on to form their own company, Beacon, and they have produced some equipment, but again, this equipment that they made, not really for me, and I'll tell you why we go for as the video starts. But second reason is because although that the GoXLR has two microphone inputs, it has a GoXLR input and it has a 3.5 jack input that you can only use one mic at a time. So if you're going to do a podcast and you're going to have guests on, or if you have a more than one person podcast, you're going to be doing the GoXLR was not meant for you anyway. So, what did I get as my replacement? Well, in this video, we'll be doing an unboxing of said equipment, and I'll tell you why that this is the equipment for me. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Whoa, that beautiful intro. Alright guys, so here we are. This is the unboxing video for the Square Rock Podcast Equipment Bundle for 2. The next video I do will be after everything is hooked up and ready to go. You'll be able to hear how it sounds, what all the buttons do, blah blah, and all that good stuff that you want to know about, but this is what this video is going to be about, what's in the box. Now, in the intro, I told you why I'm getting rid of my GoXLR, and in this video, I will be telling you why I chose this as my replacement. So, let's get into the box. Now, I did go through this already and opened everything up, most of everything, and so nothing is wrapped anymore, but everything did come wrapped, all nice and sealed, all that good stuff. So just so you know that. So we're going to start off with the user manual. Now look at this. Now this will show you how to do everything, and it's, you know, pretty lengthy. So you get to learn everything about your new mixer from that user manual. And now you also have a user manual for both mics, and it's basically 2 pages in the back. So that's the first thing. It comes with 2 ties that you can use for your XLR cables, which are included. There are a few things that you might have to buy separately, and I will go into that as I get to them. Now, if I would have not have watched a review of this myself, of the actual machine itself, I would have not known what these are. And I'll explain to you what these are toward the end of the video, and I'll show you the mixer itself. So first off, equipment wise, you have one of the boom arm clamps. This does come with 2 boom arms for 2 microphones. The clamping onto the cable, and this is where you actually put the boom arm, clamp right onto it, and you can tighten it up and it will stay in place. So you have 2 of those. Next up is the shock mounts. This is where you put it onto the boom arm. Pretty nice. And again, you have 2 of those. Now, these are something I'm probably not going to use, but these are microphone covers for the microphones that it comes with. Since there are 2, well, I dropped one. So it does come with 2, but again, because you have 2 microphones in here, but again, like I said, I probably won't be using them, and I'll let you know why in a second. Actually, we'll go here first. Okay, so these are the things that I did not undo because they're so small, but these are earpieces because everybody's ears are not the same. These guys. And these are earphones that you can plug into the 3.5mm jack that I'll show you in a little bit. And you have, wow, how about that? 2 of those. And 2 bags of the ear things, of course. Now, I'm not going to show you the mixer just yet. We'll do that lastly. But, oh, I guess I almost forgot to show you this though. This is the first microphone. That's where you plug in the XLR cable. That is what the top of it looks like. You know, depending on how you have your camera set up, you know, so that way the audience can see the Square Rock logo, voila. You might want to turn it around like this and, you know, have your person speak into it from this side. But like there's the Square Rock logo. Pretty cool. So that was also in that first part of the box. As I told you earlier, it does come with its own XLR cables. This is the side that the end that you will plug into the mixer, the end that you plug into the microphone, and it's a bundle for two. So again, you have two different cables, and it's kind of nice because just like the microphone, they are black and red, which is, I like the uniformity. That's pretty cool. Alright, then you have your accessory box. Let me put it around this way so you can actually see. Accessories. There we go. And in here, you have two USB-C to USB-A cables, and you have two 3.5 millimeter jack cables. Now we'll say that if you have like a Galaxy, you know, S20 whatever, you may need to buy an adapter to hook these up with. I think these are for iPhones, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. But if you have an old enough phone that still uses these kind of jacks, then that's cool too. But yes, you can hook up two phones to this if you want. Three, and I'll tell you how if you want to hook up three, but two in the intended way. And yes, there are two more of these in that box there, so I'll show you. So the 3.5 millimeter jacks and the USB-C to USB-A. So that is all right there. That's all in the accessory box. You've got your second microphone. Now earlier I told you I would not be using the microphone covers, and here's why. Sorry, I got a notification on my phone there, but here's why. I love the look of these microphones. Why would I want to cover that up? I mean, that is so cool. That is so cool. I like the aesthetics of it. I mean, everything's going to look all nice and professional because they're all one color. They're the same microphones. The headsets I'm going to be getting. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I got this equipment for my birthday, so I ended up paying nothing for it. I will leave a link down in the description so you can see how much it is. I will tell you that the person that bought this for me for my birthday he said there was a $40 coupon off. So it was the price that it was plus the $40 off. So that's kind of nice. But I will leave a link down in the description of the actual of this machine, of this package. But yeah, let me also know in the comments below, would you want to cover this up, or would you actually leave it as is like I am? Let me know in the comments. Then we also have this. Bum, 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 bum. It's a boom arm, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, there you go. You got this side that the shock mount goes onto, this side that the clamp goes onto, and bam, just like that. That's how long it is. It's pretty standard edition, but you have two of those. Again, where the shock mount goes, where the clamp goes. And that's everything there. So now we're down to the last and final thing, what you guys have all been waiting for. The Commander M100. How cool is that? So, now because this is run on lithium battery, it needs to be charged. But most people, I'm going to say, will leave this plugged into whatever device they're going to be using, like the computer and everything. Computer, laptop, whatever they're going to use to stream with or do the podcast on. But if you need to go remotely, watch this. You guys can. Bam. And what I think is really cool is they also have a button for the lighting on this. See how it dims? I kind of like that one myself for the video purposes. You have your, over on the left hand side, we'll go start off on the left hand side. On the very top you have your voice changers. You have a man and woman, looks like a kid and a robot, possibly like a studio sounding that's lit up pink there, and OST. OST means basically no reverb, no sound effects, or anything would be heard if you turn that on. Then you have the Commander button, which in other reviews I've seen, that is you can default a certain preset of how you want your voice to sound, and you can hit that button and we'll always go back to it. Then you have, now that it's lit up, you have your pink on the right next to the Commander. Can barely see that now anymore, but it is pink. That is your gaming button. You have your mute button, so you won't be able to be heard. Your noise reduction, your auto tune, music only, which is pretty cool. Your music only, if you like karaoke, you can take out the vocal tracks of most songs. The third, next to last button, is your loop back. Your loop back would be like if you want to play something off your computer or something like that. And then you have your side channel. Your side channel is if, say like me, you like to run music while you're streaming, and the music will lessen when you talk. And then over here, because I don't have it hooked up to anything, so you won't be able to hear anything, but I will show you all the rest of these buttons on on the review of how it sounds and blah 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 on the next video. So like and subscribe, and so you can stay around, so you know, be notified when that video comes out. It shouldn't be too long from now. But you have your sound effects and those red, orange, those colorful buttons down there. Now that is what the those yellow sheets of paper, remember that I showed you earlier, these guys, that's what those are used for. These are labels that you can put on those buttons, so if you do have your own custom sound effects, you can label them so you won't forget what button is which is pretty cool. Then in the middle, you have all your faders for your mics and your instruments. If you have an instrument hooked up, you can mute mic 1 and 2, and the last button there in the middle, that red one, is the 48 Phantom button. If you have a mic that does the 48 Phantom, this will accommodate that. Now, let me show you the back of this. So, the back, and I'm sorry it's kind of blurry, but I'm so sorry for that. But there is the first XLR mic input, and then the second input there with the little white writings on the bottom, or little emblems that you can barely see because it's fuzzy, and I'm again sorry about that, is where you hook up your computer for, like, and that's one of the USB-C to USB-A cables that came in the accessory box. Then you have two microphones here, jacks, which if you have other XLR cable microphones, you may need to buy an XLR to 3.5 millimeter jack cables for those to work, but they will work. And then right next to that, you have a music input. And what that does is you can use your phone to drive the music instead of going through, like, Spotify, going through your computer and doing it. The next jack, the little gold one there, that is for your instruments. If you want to plug into a guitar or a keyboard of something of that nature. Then you have your lights buttons. That's how I was dimming the buttons earlier. You have your power button. Then you have your dynamic and your settings for the microphones. That little switch right there. Then you have your other three here, I believe, are for, like, phones. You can use for, like, if you say you have four microphones already hooked up, you want two more people that want to come in and chat with you for, like, video, any kind of video chat, like Discord, Skype, Zoom, whatever you use. Then the last one there, or the second to last, is the charging port. You can charge your, the lithium battery to. And then this final XLR input. So that's pretty cool. But that is the unboxing of the Square Rock Commander M100 podcast equipment bundle for 2. Now, like I said, stay tuned for the next video when I have everything hooked up and running correctly. And you can hear how it sounds, all the sound effects, and I may even try to program a sound effect to one of the custom sound effect buttons live on the video to show you how that's done. So stay tuned for that, you guys. That's it for this video. So this is OHB Kev signing out.